Hello YouTubers, it's Travis. Welcome back for more Storybook Brawling action. We found some insights here as I continue to learn this game and continue to bump into kind of the plateau that is 4,500 ranking and MMR. I will get to 5K one day. I don't think it'll be this month, but I think things are looking strong for a good push next month if I continue to play like this and continue to keep picking Fallen Angel because turns out this hero is pretty strong. I hope that you enjoy this brawl, and I hope that you will consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. Click the button, get an alert when there's a new video, and help the channel grow. It's the cool thing to do, and all the cool kids are doing it. All right, enjoy. Do we go for the 4-peat? This would be the third game we played with Fallen Angel. But you can't get to the 4-peat without first getting the 3-peat. Fallen Angel Gaming, yo. Fallen Angel Gaming. All right, this typically wins most first fights. So I'm going to take that and spin. See if there's a spell we're super interested in. If not, we'll let it pass. This at least ties most first fights. It doesn't crack an egg, but it will win or tie most other first fights. So Billy Garuff is a pretty safe first pick. Certainly not unhappy to start with one here. A little chilly. I'll have to put on my cat suit. We're a stat hero and we like stats. This could be a shrink spell. It could also be a roll, which is a little less good, but we'll take it. Sure Shot is really good on FA, but he'd really like another evil unit. So I think I'm just going to take the two of these and let it roll. Another evil unit would be very nice, specifically a cat, but I think we'd take anything at this point. Then we can look at getting the good part going. Like, we could get kind of screwed and not have an evil unit in the next shop, which would be, like, disastrous. But, and y'all know I love a good woggle. I do. I just don't feel comfortable taking it here on FA. It's a nice fight to win. We get to keep the +1/+1, as well as not take any damage. All right, there's not a lot I would lock for here, but I will indeed lock for this. Because that's a hell of a lot of stats. And that's been the basic decision, is when I focus solely on stats rather than trying to build a particular comp, I do a lot better. Just build the best board every time. It's so difficult for me not to fall back in that habit of, okay, now we're doing this build. Let's look for the pieces for it. And that constantly leaves me doom rolling. And when I doom roll and hit and win, I'm like, I did a good thing. But when I doom roll and don't find the pieces, it's really disheartening. So like, we've had some seconds and some fifths, but the good finishes have been when I've just been focusing on stats. Would like another good unit. Can't really get another good unit. So we'll take what we can get. Give the attack to the things that need it. This is a much more intelligent board. Positioning is another thing that I'm still actively working on. But I think those are the tricks. Coco talked some yesterday about a big gulf at 4,500, and like, that's a real plateau for some players. I don't even think the comp starts when your board is full, Richard. I think the comp starts at level 6. And if you're thinking about a really focused comp before then, short of there's a Grimsoul, a Lance, and a Baba all in your first level 5 pack, you're probably doing it wrong. That's an ambitious board for APOC. I would be very interested in waking her up. I could also just take the other 3 and position in such a way that both of my good units are in front of the support. But I think I'm happy rolling here and see if we can hit a wake up for her. This does count. It just, she's not necessarily good for this turn. All of these are pretty good with FA. Like, I'm halfway tempted to try to lock for this Brave Princess, or maybe even run a unit down for it. I don't think I'm going to. You want a pair of donks? Pair of donks and a spell. You could do worse. You could do worse. I think there's also just a little bit of stats or king. I'm going to fire off the spell first. If it's a shrink spell, it's way too good not to take. Actually, with that, I kind of want to roll now and do level 4 things and not take the donks. Like, I'll sit on a pair of 3s. Just cash in Mem for better support here, and then maybe lock for that. Because I certainly want that. Yeah, I think I'm game with this. This looks a little weird, but it is a lot of health on the board. Hey, what's up, Tegna Shaman? Oh, yeah. That seems better. I'm so focused on playing the game, I can't play the game well. Chonk. 1 mana XP is not fair. Yeah, sure, let's do all of the things. Alright, that looks pretty good here for where we are potentially going. This is a nice stat stick. I could sell out of these 2 and buy it, or I could roll and see if we hit another spell. I think I want to hit the spell. Like, it's a bit of a risk. Maybe it's not so much of a risk. 2 mana XP is kind of just too good not to take. Not saying we're doing wizard things, but we could be. But there's no build yet. That's the biggest difference between where I was earlier. Like, I think earlier I'd be like, okay, we need to pair 3s and get into, you know, ball. But we don't. We need to just keep winning fights. How do we feel about Lance on 4.1. A better question might be, how do I feel about this experience? And we'll just literally build a comp on 6. Lance is better than the frog, but Lance isn't going to slay in any measurable amount of time. I think our board improves more from this now. Like, I can't get the Lance and this, and I definitely want this. I see an argument for locking for the tree, but I want to see if we win this fight. I don't think there's actually anything we'd lock for here. Because if we win this fight, I'll just start buying level 6 things. This is probably better than that, right? Arguable. Yeah, we win this fight. Without some really weird donkey shenanigans. So we can just do level 6 things. Storm King's a level 6 thing. And it's a little bit better than this Billy Goat. I think we can start there. I kind of want the Nyan too. It is a bad Billy Goat. I may not be in this forever, but it's enough stats for now. Like, we'll see if this happens to pair into ball at some point. Complete into ball at some point. Like, it's 4.2. I think if we spend enough time at level 6, we'll eventually turn into trees, but I want to make sure I'm focusing on stats every turn. We bought a lot of XP. Two trash cans and we got a wish. Aeon is potentially something to do to continue scaling wizards. I'm willing to buy an Aeon. All right, and this was ball, and then we did the thing? No. Okay, I'll take fancy pants. We're going to be buying some more things. It's fine. It's fine. I do need to cast a spell this turn, and that's not a terrible one. I don't think I'm ready to lock for Mix-a-Wizzle. Yeah, wrong ball. Unfortunate. We're still looking all right for now. Like, again, it's 5.0. Our board is significantly better than your average 5.0 build. I kind of want to get rid of this Wicked Witch sooner rather than later. I think it is to me because it lets me put the stats on things that I want. But I'd still say, like, it's important to remember we're not mages yet. We have some mages, and that's cool. Yeah, I still want to look for level 6 things that we could be doing. I mean, that's interesting. I mean, that's pretty interesting too. Do we want to keep a Doom Breath, an upgraded Doom Breath? Because I can Knighthood the Storm King and just continue making large things. Or we can Knighthood this and keep it. I think I want to keep this. Like, that seems pretty decent to me. That is a wizard I could upgrade. It gets pretty large from that. So, all right. Weird things. Maybe we are actually mages, but I can't get multiple spells going. So, like, there's a limit to how high we can scale this. I mean, Herc is like, dude, I could play. I usually think it's always too late for Herc. But Fancy Pants Burning Palmed Herc is like, nah, we could get here. And it's kind of like, do you want a monster book too? Because you could have a monster book and that'll let you cast more spells. Like, every time it goes, it pumps this. Yeah, the ad wheel is changing a little bit, and there's some new sponsors coming in for next month. I will get you guys and gals all of the details you need to enjoy that. What would it play over? It would play over the Herc or over the Doom Breath. I really don't want to play a monster book over a Doom Breath. But I do need to find a way to do multiple spells in a turn, and that's the only one I can think of, so we're going to take it. Like, just this going off is +1 attack on most of my team, and +2/+2 here. Tell me about Rogue Energy. I don't know anything about it other than that I'm getting a case of it and they're sponsoring the stream. Is it sugar-free? Because if it is, that's really interesting to me. I got to do my reading up. I figured I'd do it at the end of the month. Yeah, we can get Herc cracked in a reasonable amount of time. Crockett. I don't want to Crockett. Good Boy would be a weird pivot, but something I could do. Definitely want to play the Doom Breath against Miri. I'm taking this good boy and seeing where this ends up. I don't know. Well, yeah, with a Robin Hood, I probably want to get into good boys, huh? It also lets us pretty reliably flip this Herc. That was weird. It's a weird little pivot there. I wanted that against Miri because I figured they'd have court wizards. Which they did. Did I skip a spell? I was a little too focused on getting the positioning right. Like, obviously, Ivory Owl is better if you've got enough time. I don't know that we actually do. Right? Like, I feel like Spear might be better here. Well, the good boy doesn't this turn because it would lose the 15 attack here. So it's actually a nerf on our good boy. It's like, how many more fights do I think there's going to be? I think enough that I can take this. I think enough that I can take this, but it's close. I'd be interested in finding a Beauty's Influence too, but I need to just move through this turn. Mostly interested in ranged units like Cupid. Although Cupid's stealing my buff. Okay, so I need to readjust a little bit. But that's okay. We have other ways of making you scale. It's funny, I talked about how I wanted to keep the buff and then like just didn't have enough time to think through it. But I do want the two Cupids. Like, ranged good boy is a hell of a comp. Gwen was the one copycatting wizards, so I want that again too. Lets me backline one. I'm down with that. And potentially get a better treasure than that. I'm down with that over the Fancy Pants now. I think it's done what it's going to do. And now we can put some more attack on the good boy. Yeah, upgraded Cupid doesn't do anything, but it does give you a level 5 treasure, which you might want. This was a wild little ride. I should probably want Cupid going first. We got a round table, which is interesting. It does make this a large cat. Oh, that sucks. We had this until that hit. I'm going to take the Cupid for the treasure. Staff of the Old Toad lets us potentially find better things, which I dig. I don't think I need the Ambrosia right now. And the hat's kind of outlived its usefulness. All Cupids all the time. Or just steal a level 5 treasure off of Lance proccing. Because if the good boy dies, Lance procs. I think that's probably fine. Still wouldn't mind like a Beauty's Influence. Don't know if this is going to be good against them or not, but I suspect it's not great against the Gwen, so I think it just probably heads out. Lance will get the Robin buff, you're right, so he should proc anyway. Well, they get a discount on their spells next round. I think we take Sophie, maybe even over the staff, because I'm not really looking for units right now as much as I am just bloody stats. And ranged units specifically. Do I want even more Cupid? What's getting this buff now? He's buffing himself. I think I'm happy with another Cupid for this turn. Just the more ranged units we get, the better. I would probably invest in Court Wizard Coin. If we hit a Gwen off of this, it's actually insane, isn't it? Oh, I'm not going to hit Gwen. Okay, what could we hit that's insane? I'm willing to take a peek. Even Headless Horseman would be okay here. Potion Master's pretty nice, but I think I'm going to take the Trophy Hunter. If there's any possibility that we slay with the good boy, which I think on some of these boards we might, that would be kind of busted. It's kind of a bad Muerte, but... I don't think I need Zell. They had frontline units that this could slay. I don't think I want an evil boy. Do I want a good dragon? Kinda. I could see the argument for Zell to try to complete the good boy. I'm not looking for more Cupid action. Yeah, here we are. This works. I think this is our best shot. I would be interested in a Mimic too. I'll need something that, yeah, they may have me with this round table stuff. Like, we're not keeping up with that. So I would have to do, like, complete and total scam. or try to like frontline more Cupids. Yeah, my board just doesn't do anything to this, and I'm not going to be able to slay with the good boy. They got a lot better since the last time we played. I don't think I can beat the round table. Yeah, I think we're just cold to that, which is unfortunate, but kind of is what it is. Upgraded Yorm. Funny. Yeah, I don't think I can actually get that big. If we were going to, it'd have to have something to do with this. And one hell of a combat spell. And none of their stuff was ranged. It's just big round table mages. I think that's game over, man. Yuck! Thank you for the raid, dude. Y'all spam some cats for Yuck. I hope you had a great stream, my friend. I think we're going into second place here, and I'll take it. I'm not unhappy with it. Roundtable Mages is tough. If you're coming over from Yuckmouth's stream, this is a lot like his stream, except I'm not as good at the game. But I'm working on it. I'm going to get there. I'm an MTG refugee who has been playing Storybook Brawl for about 3 months. Yeah, we can spam some Yuck emotes too while we're at it. How did I survive that? We have achieved top 8 at the very least. Yeah, there's still virtually nothing I can do. Like, the Cupids are cute, but they're just not my jam. I can't play in this tournament because you had to top 8 one of the other ones. And I just barely missed A2 on my first one. Guess we look for, like, again, a hell of a combat spell. That'll help. If you are just zoning in, we were not Trophy Hunter the whole game. We masked into him when I thought we could, like, slay with the good boy. But I do not believe that's the case. I guess if these die in the right order, maybe we've done something, but this is rough. It's basically, as I understand it, every 3 months there's a tournament, but 3 of them or maybe 4 of them are seasonal tournaments instead of monthly tournaments. And a lot of that could change. But I think without some incredible Cupid hits, this is probably game over, man. At least you're attacking the right stuff. I like that. But I needed those Storm Kings to kind of kill each other. Stop hitting the books. Game over, man. My play has done a lot better since I've been focusing purely on stats. And I think I'm pretty happy with that. That's the biggest thing for me to take away is stats matter up until level 6. Find a comp at level 6. It's like I used to say the draft starts at pick 5. The comp starts at level 6. And maybe we can pick Fallen Angel again and go for the 4th time. I'm down with that. Big thank you to my patrons. Thank you, Paul, Punk, Hero, Joe, Jesse, Jacob, Scott, Fasty, Rich, Brandon, Jazzy, and Craig. I appreciate y'all.